All right, you guys, just me, just another topic on my mind. Let me stop looking over there. This one is kind of juicy, you guys. It's kind of going to get a little friction going on, but it is, something that we all do go through in life, and just trying to hold ourselves accountable, a situation that we get ourselves into. So I won't make it short, you guys. Get right on to it. Talking to myself and a whole bunch of people. Hope this can help you, bless your life, know your worth, and know what you're going into. So I'll start like this. Program now more than ever to try to get our own understanding of relationships, marriage. You have got common law marriage, and in some states doesn't have common law marriage, and all this good stuff. But bear with me, guys, because I say this is gonna cause a little friction. But when you think mentally, when you think more into it, like in depth, not mentally, but in depth of the whole situation in dating, it's just like living your life with no protection. And if you're a type of person who feel that you always should kind of have everything planned out, and I know we all go into one, so let me you guys just a little bit, because I know in order to obtain marriage, you have to get to know someone, meaning that you have to date, court the person, all that good stuff. But I think what would fall into that sometimes in relationships is that we wind up, going to the next level, which is staying together. Then what we happen when we get comfortable, and if we do get engaged, we get engaged, and then we set wedding plans that get back and back and back, and then we wonder why is we stressing ourselves out on something that is not going to make any difference. As the old saying, as people say, it's just a piece of paper. But as you look into it more spiritual wise, it's also a sin. It's in true, which people are like, duh, it's a sin. It's a sin. It's a sin because, emphasizing it's a sin, because I think sometimes we don't realize it's a sin, because it can look so beautiful. It can look, feel so good. It can feel like we're already there. So why push so far to the next level? And that's why a lot of people come at a standstill, and that's why a lot of things just be kind of where it is, and that's why a lot of people stray away from people. But spiritual wise, I used to have my old little saying, and this is talking to myself, trying to bless somebody else. I'd be like, in a relationship, we go in, and not only that we don't identify we're in a relationship now, we're not married, but we want every aspect of what a married person has. We want the loyalty, we want the trust, we want the understanding, we want everything that's on a platter of somebody that's married, okay? And in the process of that is, what you don't understand, as it say, is when you become married, you are one under who? God. Under God, then meaning that you have all his protection. Meaning it's, now you can rely on the word. You have some type of source to come with. So, hey, yet your husband, your wife, straight a day or tomorrow, or just do anything in life. And I'm not just talking about infidelities, but anything in life, you have God and you have the word to go back and forth with. But what I used to say is, I'm one of those faithful old women. You know what I'm saying? Like, just can't cheat because my conscience just eat me up. Trust me, if I could, but it's just a conscious thing. If you understand that some people are just built like that. Everybody's not the same, but some people can do it. I have a conscience, and I listen to my conscience. Thank you, God. And bring God into the midst of holding no one responsible for their wrongdoing when y'all is not one under God. Am I saying that right or whatever? Meaning that you cannot say, well, because it's sort of like, it's not sort of like, it is, fact is, no matter what you guys want to make of it, you are two separate individuals. And wait a minute, no harm has been done, that a rule, whether it's the Bible or anywhere else, you have to understand that the key is marriage, because no protection is under you or that person. So if you guys love one another, truly love one another, that's how I feel like, marriage should be. But it's funny when I say this. Let's get back on that, because I had to convict my own self. I'm in there like, no weapon formed against him shall, and whatever the case is. But you had to say, when you get hurt, you be like, oh, well, no, that person is gonna reap what they sowed. What harm have he done besides the self-responsibility of a harm from, reality is, I'm sure karma would come back just for breaking someone's heart. But so far as if whether you're in a relationship and not engaged, or you're engaged or in a relationship, you still are single. You hear that, ladies and men's and ladies, whatever way you want me to say it, you're still single. It's no way, form, or fashion that I feel, this is my opinion, that God should be brought in the midst of it if it's not trying to put it together to be one under God, if that makes sense. All this playhouse, all this, oh, it looks good, why bother it, or it's not broke, don't fix it type of mentality that we have these nowadays is not even giving not only us, but not giving our kids protection. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes we're scared to push that because we don't want to push nobody into nothing they don't want. Don't get me wrong, but you should let that person know that you are not going to settle. The reason I'm saying that is not for us, the older women. So when I'm saying old, I'm in my, I'm 42. I'm still learning. Yeah, but these is for these young girls, and these young men, so you can teach them that shacking up is not the thing to do. It never has been. Back in the days, definitely wasn't for our older generation. It wasn't shacking up for them. They was married and, and even though things was happening, that things that shouldn't see and won't see or whatever, but it still was marriage that was on the plate for that person. It was still a marriage that was hold those people together. That's why wives back then never really cared about going out in the streets and looking for their husbands and stuff like that, because they knew where it all centered at. And they knew where to take it at because they had done the work and brought it in. So even if you're stepping out and stepping one, God say bring it to him, because he already done, when you become one, you should already know the things that you shouldn't do towards your man. I always say, ladies, but so this was pretty much on my mind because it convicted my spirit so much. You know what I'm saying? And you live life only to learn, you know what I'm saying? But nothing is special. Nothing is special about knowing that you're protected by God, honestly, and all honestly. And when people don't understand this, marriage is not really for us, a marriage not really for the adults. Marriage is for them because you're protecting them as well. Excuse me. And so that is that, you guys. That's all of it today. I hope it was kind of explanatory. I know it's a lot more. Once I get the camera on of you like that, it was so much I wanted to say. And I was trying to get it on camera because I knew I was going to forget. But I don't know why I went in the house and then it just convicted me. And I'm like, all you can do is just say all is done. And all is well. And you got to bless people, and bless yourself. People that's dating, still single. If you're two people that's courting, still single. If you're two people that's living together, still single. If you're not one under God, and that little very much thing that you call just a piece of paper you don't have, you're still single. You're welcome.